Hey, what's that noise?
I thought we hear the computer. Yep.
Fancy is talking about she want to get a DTG machine, whatever. Was asking me for my advice. So, are we live? Okay, yeah, she was asking for my advice, so I told her I'll talk to you about it. Oh,
Okay.
so hope everybody's having a good Friday. Hope everybody had a good week.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a rough one. It's been a rough week, but woke up this morning feeling better. Why I felt better this morning? My partner, Savon, had a great morning. We were all happy for him. We were all clapping and cheering him on. So we'll probably talk about, why someone had a great morning. So Savon woke up with a blessing this morning. So
I wake up with a blessing every day.
it was an extra blessing. It was a cherry on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Every day is a blessing, man. Every day we get up is a blessing.
Yeah.
So, guys, need people in, huh? Waiting for people to get in.
Hmm?
Hold on a second. I'll be right there.
Savon, you look like you just woke up, bro.
Hey, good day, but I heard you guys talking about good and bad. So, every day have its good and bad. Not that I have too many bad, but sometimes you just feel tired, sometimes you feel upbeat, and it's gonna be like that, the back and forth now and then. But it's all good. You know what? The good outweighs the bad.
Yeah, I feel like I'm back in college or back in school, man, business school, man. Like my brain is like in overdrive. All this stuff that I'm learning right now. It's good, I'm not complaining. This morning, I learned something new. It was like 2, 3 in the morning. I was practicing trading on a demo for the past week. It was rough. It was rough. It was frustrating. And a lot of the mentors I've been listening to, they say they lost multiple times, hundreds of times in the beginning, hundreds of times. And human nature. We get so stubborn. We don't like losing. We don't want to lose. And I was frustrated, man. I was like, and I'm new, and then I had to listen to them, and they're like, "You're gonna lose. Stop trying to win all the time. Stop trying to win, especially when you're new." So I was, oh man. But this morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, I saw something I haven't seen before. I was like, hold up. I was like, whoa. I learned a new trick in the trading, and I sent you guys the proof. I sent in our group text. I was like, hey guys, look, I'm in the positive. You know, everything I was trading was coming out positive, and that made me a happier person today, because it's been like weeks of training where reading, watching videos, and I'm like, this thing is not clicking, because you're already busy with life, and then you're trying to learn something new, and then when it's not working in your favor, sometimes you just want to give up, man. You're like, oh my God, this is not for me. But then when you have that hunger, man, you know, I have that hunger, you know, me and the team, me, Savon, Ed, everybody else we talk to, Carl, you know, our team is growing too. That's a beautiful thing because everybody that's like-minded, you know, when we talk to them, they see what we're about. So I could see us, you know, right now we're definitely more than three deep. We have a lot of people we communicate with. People always see the three of us. We're definitely more than three deep. I cannot put a number on it. You know, Carl be on here sometimes, Sakima, Peter, and some of the people we interview, they still, you know, stay in touch. So we're definitely growing.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys.
Yes.
Well, Rod, when I was in the live and I came in, I heard you know, you and Ed was talking and you guys were touching on, you know, like if not for the coronavirus, you know, how, you guys would have probably not been able to do certain things, you know, but it's about managing time, no matter what it is that you're doing. You know, you just gotta manage the time. And busy is good. Anytime that you could always be busy, it's actually a great thing. You just gotta manage, you know. So I wouldn't change anything, you know, to go get more time. Because when you occupy yourself with the things that you need to do, you get a lot done, especially if you organize it, you know. And it's our job to get a lot done. Because if you're not doing a lot, then that means you're doing very little. You know, a lot of people spend time just sitting around saying they're gonna do things, and a lot of people sit around and say they don't have time. But time isn't on our side if we say we don't have time. We just gotta make time. Time flies when you're just saying you don't have time, you know. So we're getting together and we're just trying to share our experience with people, you know, because this platform is about uplifting each other. And I feel like we uplift each other, so we kind of want other people to know about our upliftment with each other. You know, we want them to be able to come together and do the same and uplift themselves as well. You know, so I would hope when I feel down, you guys could pick me up, and when you guys feel down, I can pick you guys up. You know, so that's a good thing. I always tell people when a baby is small, you know, and they start crying, you pick them up, and then they stop crying. Or if they're still crying, you know, you pat them on the back. You know, you give them hugs and kisses, and then they start feeling a little better. Unless they're in pain, they kind of keep crying, but you got to figure out how to get them to feel better so they can stop crying. And we love on our babies to try and get them to feel better. But as we become adults, you know, a lot of people don't really show that same, you know, emotion when, you know, you were young. They think just because you're an adult now that you don't need that kind of support, but we all do. We all need that pickup.
Yes, sir. But let's start off with some positive news. You want to say anything before I get started, Ed?
Mm-mm.
You want to say anything? You want to speak your piece? How your week went? How
My
your day
piece.
went?
My piece. Hold on. I was just chewing something. I want to keep chewing on the camera.
All right. Ed ain't saying his piece, so I'm gonna say something else because Ed ain't trying to say his piece. We don't need all that pause. So I got a question for those who are out there in the chat. How do you feel about having the right people around you? So please do me that favor and put it in the chat. You know, share your experience with us on how do you feel about having the right people around you. You know, what are the benefits of having the right people around you? You know, share your thoughts with us in the chat. you know, take your time, just write down what are the benefits of having the right people around you.
Well, while they're answering it, I don't see anything yet. Let me start off by saying many times when I'm having a bad day, rough day, even before the COVID, rough day at work, this and that, and I'll talk to the guys. I'll just forget about it because I know we have bigger goals to accomplish, not just, because, I don't want to work forever. Everybody wants financial freedom, but it's the amount of work that you put in. But so moving going back to Savon having a great day and us being happy for him. I was having it's been a rough couple of weeks, we're learning new things, taking an online class, and not getting where I wanted to be because I'm very competitive. I am very competitive. And I was frustrated, but then this morning when I saw the text from Savon, hey guys, look what happened to me. What happened was we're in trading. We're very new in trading, and one of our guests on our show gave us some inside information. He's trading also, and he was getting great information from his mentors, and they were giving us like certain stocks to look into. And Savon actually went in and looked into the stock because when somebody tell you, here's the thing, because it happened to me today too. If somebody tell you about something, anything in life, not just stock, anything, school, career, love, relationship, don't just listen. Do your own research, because somebody could tell you, oh my God, this stock is going to go up. Oh my God, this person, this person, that. It's up to you to make that decision if you're going to move forward with that decision or that advice that they give you. So the guy gave us an advice. He didn't tell us to go get it. He said, look into it. And and Savon looked into it, as Savon always does, studied it. And this morning, we got wonderful news. We got the proof. He sent us a picture. He gained a lot because not only he listened to the guy's advice, but he went and he researched it. So that's what we do. Anytime we tell each other something, we'll give each other the advice like, hey, something's going on with this. We'll look into it before jumping on. Like today, I told my boy the same stock that Savon got. And we were getting into. It was a different stock because we had multiple stocks. I told one of my boys that's into trading. He didn't even look into it. He just went in and bought it. I was like, yo, dude, don't blame me if it goes negative, because I tell you, whenever I tell you something, research it for yourself. Don't just jump into it. But I see some people are answering questions. I'm blessed. Okay, positivity. Thank you, Shay. We're trying to uplift everybody, So this morning when I woke up, I was kind of, feeling down a little bit, even though I had a good night, but my brain was like in overdrive from, studying so much and trying to get better at the business aspect of, being business partners and then us doing the stock. And you know what? These guys make it fun doing the, learning about the stock market. They make it fun because, when we fail, we kind of like pick each other up. When we succeed, we laugh and we have a wonderful time. It's like, guys, we're like at the bar, at the beach, or we're hanging out, laughing and joking on the phone, on the Zoom. When we gain, we're all happy. When one of us or two of us have a bad day, one of us or all of us pick each other up. So that's the positivity we have with our partnership. And our partnership has turned into a brotherhood. At first, I was like, okay, we're partners. But then I realized, we could talk about anything, our personal, things that we go through that people bring to us. And the funny thing is not just, us, having personal issues. People bring their problems to us. Everybody in life, you're already living your life, and then family members and friends bring their problems to you. And then you're like, hold on, now you got to carry their load, So, Sylvan, what was the question again? You want people to answer? What was the question you asked them?
What are the benefits of having the right people around you?
So this morning, by Savon having a wonderful day, it made my day better. And the thing is, we're gonna learn from what Savon did, and so we could like gain also because and here's what Savon said. Here's the first thing Savon said when he profited from the stock that he got yesterday. And this He got the advice from one of our guests that was on our show this week. You know, because the person came on to talk about his career. It had nothing to do with stock. And then because he realized we were like-minded and we were into the stock market, he gave us a few inputs. And when Savon gave us the word that he came out on top this morning, we're like, wow, congrats, Savon. You did great for yourself. Savon responded by saying, no, we did great. This is for the team. So that made me really feel good inside. Like, wow, Savon didn't say he feel great for himself. He said, no, we gain as a team. I was like, wow, okay. So a lot of times we forget, because I'm like, wow, great job, Savon. I sent him the meme. Savon, remember the meme I sent to you, the GIF?
Yeah.
I was happy, rooting him on. Like, yes, my boy is, he's doing positive things. And then he said, the team is doing great. So when you have a family or a partnership, hey, you always got to lift each other up, man. It cannot be just for you. It's the team that gains. So that's a beautiful partnership that we have.
Yeah. Well, me, I always let you guys know whatever it is that I'm doing, because we're all individuals. So whatever it is that I'm doing in a partnership is not just about me, because we all have to be accountable for what we're doing for the group, and it's 3 of us. That's a group of people in a partnership running a organization that's going to benefit others. We all need each other. So what I do matters to you guys. What you guys do matters to me. So, once you embark upon a partnership, you're in it together. You're in the partnership together. Sorry, I just got a call. I had to decline it because it came in as I'm talking. Yeah, so we're in it together. So whatever I do has to benefit the team. If we're partners and we're all into stocks, we're all letting each other know what is happening. Whether we profit or we lose, we all let each other know. I'm not going to profit and act like I don't and run away. I wouldn't want you guys to do that. So one hand washes the other because we're partnership. So anytime something positive happens for me, it's us, even when we're not in a partnership, because we are more than just partners. We are friends. So that's the important thing. And I'll ask the question again. Annette, maybe you can answer it, because we're not getting a lot of people to actually answer the question that we're asking. So Annette, do me a favor and answer this question to the best way you can. What are the benefits of having the right person or people around you? The question is in the chat, as a matter of fact. Let us know what are the benefits to you of having the right person or people around you. Because you don't just want to give our thoughts, we want to hear you guys' thoughts. If we're going to bring people together, we don't just want you guys to listen to us. We want to hear your thoughts as well. You guys are very smart out there. When we ask our questions, you guys type a lot of answers. So speak with us, let us know.
Hey, Ed, you want to say your piece now? You ready?
Say my piece? Man, listen, right now my mind is running all over the place. So many things I could say, and most of the things that you guys already mentioned. But as Savon talking about the benefits, one thing in particular that I benefit from is you guys seeing something I don't see. And then I have to like sit back and then just realize that, wow, I didn't even, notice that, or something I've been doing that it probably had turned into a habit that is like second nature to me. But it could be actually bringing me down, or preventing me to progress, So when I have both of you around to tell me, something that I'm doing wrong or something I could improve on, I know, I have you guys, you know. As much as you guys will call me when something is going on with you, and then I could just tell you or give you my point of view, or as you said, Rod, you have to call someone, and I know I get many calls from you during all types of hour of the night, so and that doesn't bother me either way, Savon calls me as well, and and there's nothing wrong with that, because we put in our time with each other to help each other out, and and that way we benefit from each other. um and I was speaking to one of my cousins as well, and we were talking about that, um having friends, that a real friend will tell you the truth and tell you how it is, instead of being the yes man. Because we can't be like, oh yeah, 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 we're gonna go with that. Yeah, that's cool. Let's stick with that. But but back in your mind, it's like, no, I don't think you should be doing that. And we did touched on that earlier today. You know, but but there's always a point in time that something has to be said, and tell the truth of how it really is. And the one thing that we need to do is not get so emotion about it, but as Saban had also told us, like, suck it up, you know, take that, and it's the truth, and that's the hardest thing. People, it's so hard for them to accept is the truth, and when once you start accepting the truth, it helps you progress. It helps you move forward. Because if you're gonna keep dwelling on dwelling and dwelling on dwelling, it's gonna make you crazy. So I know that one benefit of having you guys is that I know I'm gonna get a straight, real answer, and not no BS. So that's my benefit.
Appreciate
Yes,
that.
sir.
Appreciate that. Savon, you want to respond to Annette?
Yeah, we can all respond to Annette. I'll go first. Which is why we want you guys to put your, we want to know what your thoughts are. We want you to put your thoughts because we each can say something about what you're putting and just enforce, what you're saying because we all got our own outlook. So, Annette said, can give you energy and help you to prosper. And my reply to that is yes, for sure. Good energy is important, for your gain, because what's the point of having someone or people in your life if they can't help you with anything? One hand always washes the other, so I don't want somebody around me who's not um thinking growth, or trying to do something to better each of us. I want to better that person. I want that person to better me. It doesn't have to be money, but it has to be the energy, as Annette mentioned. That energy helps you. It really does. It lifts you up. It's no different than lifting weights. I have to have the energy to lift the weights. And Rod or Ed, if you guys are in the gym with me and the weights seem heavy for me to lift, and you say, hey, Savon, you could do it, then I gain more energy off of your belief in me that I can lift up that weight. So when it comes to energy, I compare that type of energy to that type of energy that you want from whoever is around you. And it does create motivation and positive reinforcement. So go ahead. That's my take.
Well, yeah, the energy is always needed, and with that energy, it does bring prosperity to each other. Um, like today when we was talking about how Rod brings that excitement, that hype man, and the as I talked earlier about how Savon told me about sometimes the way I would speak, I would probably bring that energy down, and that shows the effect of of that. And and when you have someone that's always around you with that great energy and positivity, it brings that greatness behind it. And so I believe that when that energy builds up, it keeps building up, eventually something good is going to happen. So I strictly believe in all of that. um so I would take that from any day, anytime. So energy is great. And I thank Rod, and for his energy, and I thank Savon for his positivity. And I need that around, because I had a lot of things happen, but I stay as positive as possible. And the first thing you have to do is beat it up here. you know you got to beat it up in your thoughts, because you don't want that to be, it affects everything from head down. All that affects you. So I'm thankful for all that as well from these guys. And I'm glad for our journey. I can't say little. It's a big journey that we're partaking in, but it's that journey is also that we're sharing with everybody else. And and we're here to help everyone as well. So energy is good.
Well, my response is, it's the same. And the funny thing is, we had Blaka, the dancer, this week on as a guest, and that's one of the main things he kept on reiterating. He kept on bringing up. It's the energy. Him, coming up as a child, and then people pushing him, and he felt it, inside. He said something very interesting. He said that a lot of times we look, for energy on the outside for answers on the outside is when it comes from within. And when people were pushing him, he just felt it. And, he had never, he was very shy. Think about it. This guy is a well-known dancer globally, but, he admitted that he's shy. So imagine that, you have to go on stage and perform, or go in front of people starting out to perform. And then now this guy's on TV shows. He did a show. Was it a Fallon show? The Jimmy Fallon show, where Janet Jackson performed?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
remember.
saw
Yeah,
the
he
video.
did that. He did that. Yeah, he did that
Yeah,
video.
yeah. So he performed with Janet Jackson, and then for him to say he's shy or used to be shy, but then growing up, it's the energy that people gives him. And hope you guys, get a chance to watch the video on, the interview on our channel.
Yeah,
And
but hmm
he brought a lot of energy to our show. And the funny thing is, the same way he interacted with Wendell, King Kayak, it's almost like me, Savon, and Ed looking at ourselves in the mirror. The same way they interact with each other, the same way me, Ed, and Savon are. We're very playful. We're very uplifting to each other. This and that. We crack on each other. We never take anything personal. We crack on each other like hard. You guys think, what you see on the show is like, that's like minor stuff. We go at it, but we laugh and joke. We've been partners for over a year now, and there's never been a day we took anything personal, because we know it's for the betterment of the group. Whatever we say, we're trying to get better, you know. And Savon know when I see him in Florida, I'm gonna knock him upside his head, because it's love. He knows when I not, he's gonna do it to me before I do it to him. Push me upside the head for all the the crap talking that we do, but we know it's all love, man. We're like brothers. And when we see Ed, we give Ed a big hug and push him around. That's how we operate with each other, man. We're like brothers that we when we see each other, man, it's all love, man, because we know we're doing this, because Ed and Savon, they have kids. They're doing it to leave something behind for their kids, So they're building that. We're trying to build an empire to leave behind.
Yeah, and it's not just to leave it behind, but just to show them as well, to show them that there's other things. You could do other things. With hard work, you could accomplish, what you put your mind to. And not be scared to fail. All you have to do is pick up yourself and try again. And the other day my daughter came to me, she's like, "Oh, Dad, I wanna start acting." I said, "Go for it. If you wanna be an actress or whatever, just go and do it. And don't look back. Don't look back at it." So I'm not going to discourage her or anything like that. I'm going to encourage her. I'm also pushing them in other things to do. But what they like to do, I'm just going to be 100% behind it. And right now they will sit there and do things on their own. And I'm just giving them that positive push. And that's what people need to do with their kids. If you see something that they like to do, cheer them on, help them out, push them, because you never know what they come out to be. You know.
Definitely. Ed, you wanna maybe go to commercial or
No,
house?
No.
no, we're not doing no commercial tonight.
No commercials tonight. All right. I was gonna say
No,
play that Amika Williams. What's it, William Mullins commercial.
no, we're not gonna hit no commercials tonight. We're gonna jump into. I'm gonna say one thing, then we'll move on. Speaking on the energy again. Hold on. Yeah, still on the energy. That Annette put in there. Today, you guys mentioned I had a, you know, great day today. When it comes to the stock market, and that energy came because of Blanca the dancer, who you mentioned that we interviewed. He did a call or an option, stock option for January, which is January 2020. Whereas I'm looking at it like, okay, that's quite a few months from now, and I'm saying to myself, hey, how can I accomplish this a little sooner? And it becomes belief. And when I began to say that, you hear him cheering me on, and he's like, yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it. Which only made me do a little bit more research. Even though I knew I was going to go for it, I was researching just to make sure I was doing the right thing. And if I wasn't, I'll be like, not going to go for it. I would have found another stock to go for it. But his energy helped me because he believed in that stock so much. And I said, what? Invest a little to gain a lot? That's a no-brainer. And that energy, and plus I put my energy in doing the research of looking up the stock's last 5 years. Yeah. And I came up with the great recipe. This thing is going up, not in January. I said it's going up tomorrow. Not January. You looking too far ahead. Tomorrow. But it might have seemed impossible that it's going to go up tomorrow and not January. But I believed in it. And not only did it go up the next day, it went up and up and up and up past that. So the belief that you have in what you do in life is what's going to get you to where you're trying to go or where you are going. If you believe you're going to get $1 million, guess what you're going to do? You're going to make it happen. You're going to make it happen. That's it. It don't matter how many days it takes you. It's the belief, and like I always tell people, they be like, hey, one day you're going to be a millionaire. Well, guess what? I've been a millionaire. It's not one day, it happened already. I've been on this earth quite some time. I'm past that. It's what you do with the money that counts. Coronavirus definitely helps me when it comes to managing money. And that's what I intend to do going forward, is managing it better. But $1 million, been there, done that. I've done that through business. I got 2 of them. I've done that personally, but it's about managing money. So at the end of the day, man, it's about having the positive people around you. And I was able to do well today because when he put it out there and felt excited about it for January, I felt like it was going to happen sooner. And I brought that extra energy. And you see what happened when I saw that it was going up? I made a phone call to him. I said, guess what? This thing's flying up. And I brought up his energy. So he gave me energy and I gave him energy. Then we called 2 of you guys and we gave each other energy. And the energy was extremely high today in excitement for me. So think about that. You guys weren't just excited for yourself. You're excited for me.
Hey, Savon, you know how much energy you put out there? The energy was so powerful, Ed's flags fell from the wall.
Yeah.
That's why Ed disappeared. Nah, that was wonderful. Not only we had a great conference call with Blanca Di Densa yesterday, I see Carl just came on. That's why I was laughing. Carl came on all chilling, like usual. Like the
ninja, silent killer right there. That's our silent killer right there.
Carl's the ninja, man. He be creeping up on people, man. You see, quiet. That's the ninja right there.
How did everybody do with the stock today?
Very well, man. Very well, very well. You already know I did well. You already know. Hey, you already know. Hey, I want to mention Carl just joined us. Earlier I mentioned something to these guys about, listening. I've always been labeled, and I have no shame in my game. I've always been labeled that I'm stubborn, and for good and great, awesome, and amazing reasons. Okay? And I am so glad. I'm happy, glad, ecstatic, excited, all the above, that I'm stubborn. And I'm going to tell you why I'm so excited that I'm stubborn since I knew myself, because you can't just tell me nothing and it flies. I'm not going to make a ton of mistakes like a lot of people do. I'm just not one of them guys. So my stubbornness helps me a lot. And I say stubborn because a lot of people think I don't listen, but I do listen. A lot of people just get caught up in the fact that they want to be heard, but they're not saying the right things. But a lot of us get caught up in, what we think we know. It's not about thinking it's about knowing that you know. Because Carl just came in, and I'm telling you, Carl is so quiet, but he will speak, but he hardly say anything. And my heart always goes out to people who hardly speak, because when they speak, I'm no longer stubborn. So think about that. It's no different than that energy. Carl is giving me an energy that will make me want to listen to what he's saying. So the reason why I'm saying that, you can't fly nothing by me. I have to really know who you are and what you're talking about for me to even listen to you. And I think a lot more of us really need to think about that. Because if you're not stubborn, a lot of people could throw things at you and you just go do it and make a ton of mistakes. I'm not one to make 100 mistakes. I might make 1 or 2. I ain't passing 3. We all make mistakes, but I'm saying the more you lessen your mistakes, the better it is. So I do get labeled that I'm stubborn, but it's for good reasons, because I will listen to those with facts. Facts. Got to give me facts. And I wanted to touch on that because I deal with facts. If you're not giving me facts, I'm not trying to hear you. So this question is, how do you feel about being stubborn? Yes. Yes.
Is that question to us or to the?
How do you feel about being stubborn? And please tell me if you are stubborn and if you are not stubborn. Come on, there's a couple people in this chat. You could say, I don't like stubborn. You could say, I love the stubborn people. You could say, I hate stubborn people. It don't matter. I want you guys to talk about being stubborn and not being stubborn. What you dislike about stubborn, what you like about stubborn, whatever. Just put it in there. Let me see some comments about this.
While they're answering the question, I think everybody has a different level of stubbornness in them. And, I think some people have, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, Savannah's probably like an 8 or a 9. I'm probably like a 6. And what do you?
Savannah's an 11, man.
You think 11?
Yeah.
What do you
okay, but look, it's a good 11. And now, as he's saying, this is me with stubborn people, and I don't say they're stubborn. I say that, and they're kind of headstrong. Okay, because you could be stubborn and you believe in your beliefs, right? But me, I'll look at a person who who believes in what they want to do, but they have something to back it up. They back it up. So some people just like, no, I don't want to do that. But but there's some that say, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not doing that. And that's how Savan does it. There's a backup. There's a thought to it. There's a reason behind it. So, it's also it's okay to be stubborn. It's just like it's like, for example, when I don't know if you guys remember when you guys didn't see me. You guys didn't see me for a while because I decided I didn't want to see nobody, and all I wanted to do was just study, right? And I was being real stubborn about it because I wanted to accomplish something. So because I remember the time you guys didn't like see me for a month because I was studying and I wanted to learn.
Hey, hold on. Is that you, Marvin?
That's me.
No. Like there's a little interference. I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Oh, I'm sorry. It probably is. There's a lot going on in my house. I'm sorry.
Okay, good. All right, go ahead then.
Yeah, because what I did is I studied, and I was didn't want to see nobody, wasn't caring. But the thing is that I was being stubborn because I wanted to accomplish something, and then after a month I did, and from there on it helped me out in the future, and then that was the reason I was being stubborn. But it had to be, to me, I don't mind someone being stubborn, but I just just something had to be behind it. You got to give me a reason, and sometimes people don't want to give a reason. They're just being the way they are, or the circumstances or whatever it is. But sometimes you just gotta take it as what it is when someone is being that way. But for me, I gotta I want to know what's behind it. What's the reason of you saying no to something, and that's how I take it. And when Savan he is very headstrong about being something, there's a reason behind it, and it most of the time it works out for him. And then after a while you realize like, oh shoot, he was right, and that's my view on stubbornness.
Hey, before you jump in, Rod, being what you just said, Ed, that's definitely my reason for being stubborn. I'm not stubborn with people that make show me the facts, of what they believe, that's better than my belief. And as you mentioned, I'm used to doing things that's gonna work out. So you can't tell me nothing. That's usually how I see it, because I'm not doing anything that's not gonna work out. Because I've been there, done that, when just like today with the stocks. Think about it. He told me January. I don't believe that. Why it's got to be January? Why it can't be now? I make things happen now. I don't need to wait for January. So my mindset, if you can't have a better mindset than me, I'm not listening.
But to continue with Savon's stubbornness, I want to remind everybody, me and Savon have only known each other for a little bit over a year now, and we've been business partners a year because of Ed. Ed is the connection, because Ed knew the both of us, but me and Savon never knew each other. But when I first met Savon, it was actually through a conference call, because Ed was like, "Hey, Savon has he has certain ideas you want to pitch." I'm sitting there listening, this and that. And as the weeks went by, I started picking up on stuff, Savon's stubbornness. I'm like, hold on. And the funny thing was, Savon barely knew me. He started, throwing shots. I'm like, this guy don't even know me. He's like taking shots at me. But I accepted him for who he was, because Ed told me that's who Savon was. He was headstrong. And the thing with me, I trust Ed. So I just let it be. And I could take blows, so it didn't really bother me, because Savon, every time he threw a blow, I was, throwing some blows back. But today, well, multiple times, including today, multiple times, Savon have proven why, when he believed in something, he's done his research and he's proved it multiple times, because certain times he'll tell us something and we're like, okay, let's see. But just like he says, where's your facts? So me, I'm looking at Savon, we're new and getting to know each other, like, where are your facts? And every time he'll prove himself right. I'm like, okay, this guy's the real deal. And today, for like the last 2 months, there was a stock Savon was preaching about for 2 months straight. The stock was doing nothing. I was actually losing money on the stock, and I'm sitting there like, yo, Savon, man, I'm losing money on this stock every day, bro. And you keep preaching this. Like, so I was like, I'm telling you, Rod, it's gonna come. It's coming. I'm sitting there like, yo, man, this stock has hurt my pockets. And then finally today, I don't know what it was about today, not just that one stock Savon talked about, but the last 2-3 days, the stock Savon was preaching, it went up, and Savon was partying and dancing on my head, and I'm like, okay, all right, you prove yourself right again. So it is a beautiful partnership, and we have trust. Like he said it, I bought the stock, and like I said, because I trusted him, I sat on it, even though I was losing money. But then, and in the last 3 days, the stock shot through the roof, and he proved to us, with trust and us accepting each other for who we are and trusting each other, hey, the sky's the limit. So I appreciate, being partners with these guys. So, and Marvin, you look like you want to say something. Go ahead, brother, man. It's good to have you back on here.
Marv, real quick before you say something, Rod, that's long-term thinking. But remember this too, you mentioned today. So that would mean that I had 2 stocks that did great today. And not only did 2 stocks do great today, and one of them you mentioned, that stock also did great Monday. So it's been a wonderful week. But not only did those stocks did great this week, that same stock that you said that you put your money in and it's going down was that same stock that went up months ago before. So this is how stocks go. They go up, they go down. So you have to expect that. But this stock is a good stock that I did my research in, that I know what's going to happen.
Hey, Marvin, the funny thing was, okay, there's like thousands of stocks, thousands. We each, everybody got their favorite stock here and there. I got one where I'm really like on top of. Savon got this one stock that's his baby, man, Moderna. There's not one day that go by we do not hear about that stock. Yeah, you guys keep an eye on that Moderna, man. It's coming. It's coming. It's like every day. We know stocks will go up and down, but someone got that one stock that he preaches about. But hey, it did his thing. So, like that's why
Hey.
we communicate.
Hey, but get it right.
Oh,
That's like, no, I gotta explain it. It's like you have a wife. Let's just say I have a wife, okay? And that wife is that stock. Like you're saying, I'm preaching about that one stock because I believe in that one stock the most. But do I not make money from all the stocks almost? My portfolio, 75% of it is
but that
great.
one is your baby. That one is your baby.
Yeah, that one is definitely the baby. But every stock that I have in my portfolio, 75% of it is great because of research. 75% of it is great. So today, not only one, not only two, 75% of it, even when I buy a new stock.
No. But the thing is, we all have come, we all have given each other information. Ed has, given us a lot of, different stocks because we all got into it at the same time and we all did research and we all came back with different information. But, you're right. But like I said, every day that Moderna, I was like, oh, here we go. I was like, I'm listening out for that Moderna. Somebody, he's going to say it. He's going to say it. Well, Marvin, it's good to see you, brother.
Well, before we say anything, I'm just going to point it out as a disclaimer, we're not professionals. So anything that you hear on this is, that's at your own risk.
That's why I didn't want you to really mention the name, Rod. That's why Ed.
Oh.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm a professional. Shoot. I'm claiming this.
Tell him,
I'm
Carl.
a professional.
Oh yeah, okay. So we have one professional.
Yep. Y'all go contact me.
Carl.
I charge $1,500 an hour.
Hopefully one day we'll be professionals because we are studying hard every day.
Hey,
every day.
Listen, man. It's like Carl just said. We are professionals. Listen, when you gonna call yourself a professional? It's right now. We're not just here just for the heck of it. We professionals at what we do, man. Last time I checked, I'm not doing well because I'm unprofessional. I'm doing well because I'm professional.
But we still got the disclaimer, like Ed said.
Disclaim. We got to disclaim.
We still have the disclaimer.
Go ahead, Marv.
Hi, Lou.
This disclaimer is you will lose some money, but you will lose a lot. You will gain a lot of money.
Thanks,
but
Carl.
I charge $1,500 an hour.
Oh man, big price, yo. So I jumped on late, so I caught the tail end of the conversation. But just like last week, your guests were talking about the power of words. We gotta be mindful in terms of how we describe things. So yes, we can use stubborn as the attribute to describe us. However, stubborn has a negative connotation to it, right? So whereas you can say he's persistent, right? He's definitely persistent in how he does things, and that persistency will drive you through adversity to persevere, to do what you got to do to meet that end goal. So rather than saying stubborn, like I do call Dale stubborn sometimes, and I have called him stubborn, but he has a persistency that he has this stick-to-itiveness, this ability to not quit, to just to persevere through adversity, and that's what differentiates people that are successful from people who are not successful. So that stubbornness is we want to turn that around from a negative connotation and put more of a positive spin on it. That was just my thoughts as you guys were talking.
Good one.
Well, thanks for that, Marv. I appreciate that, man, because that's another reason why I'm so headstrong, as you guys say. And sometimes I know myself. Sometimes I won't give people a chance to say certain things that they may want to say because I've been there, done that. and been around people. And like you said, having the right people around you with the right energy, you're not gonna tell me anything and it's gonna fly, because I done did what you're trying to tell me to do. So that ain't gonna work, you know. And people who get my stubbornness are people who just don't do their research before they come tell me something. You know, we got Lou sitting here. She's in there now. She's right there. I've never had any issue with her. She never can say, "Hey, Savon, you're really." She don't have no problems with me. I don't have problems with people that do their research and come to me with facts. Now, Marvin and Ed, we friends. You know, what's the difference between a husband and a wife, a boyfriend and a girlfriend having misunderstandings? We have misunderstandings, and we could call each other out for that. You know, you guys are gonna more get that stubbornness, you know, but I'm glad you guys can differentiate. And, you know, Marv, like you just explained, I'm glad that you explained that, because my stubbornness, I love it for the reason that Marvin just said. I don't want to see people waste their time around me. I don't have time to waste. If you're going to tell me something that I need to do, I have to see how I'm going to accomplish what you're telling me to do. Else I'm not listening. Well, everybody's mute. Nobody got nothing.
I'm here
What just happened there? Why everybody got quiet?
Well said.
because we were all listening. I thought we were gonna hear something
I
from
was
Lou.
muted. I'll cut it out.
All right, since nobody got nothing to say, man, I'll keep talking. I can talk forever if y'all want me to talk forever. But check this out. As I say, guys, I know myself. I know when people are saying that I'm stubborn. I analyze. I know how people feel when they're like, "Yo, Savon, you don't listen." But at the end of the day, I know what to listen to and what not to listen to. Do I make mistakes? Of course, but I'll be the quickest person to pick myself up after that mistake. Quickest. Sometimes I pick myself up quicker than anybody who's telling me anything. They be falling down and they be down for the count. I gotta pick them up. I find myself picking up a lot of people who told me, "Oh, you should do it like this and you should do it like that. Oh, you don't listen to me. You're so stubborn." And they fall flat on their face, and I'm the same one to pick them up. Same stubborn dude who accomplished something that they told me I was too stubborn to listen to, but I did it the way that I knew best, because I know I researched it and did it that way, not their way. Now, if you have a way that works, like I said, I need the facts.
Well, me, myself, I step out on faith. I will do my research and I step out there and I try it. And before I tell someone else about it, I have to know that it works. And when I tell you about it, I've already tried it. So if I tell you not to try it, don't try it, because I have and it didn't work. I wouldn't call it stubbornness.
Don't start. Now, where's you over there?
It's just, it's just instincts, like someone said earlier. You know, you go on your instincts. So, and faith.
Lou, you know, it's interesting you say that, because all my life I've always done the opposite of what people have told me to do. Somebody said I can't do something or that it won't work. I'm determined to do that, to show that it can work. So that stubbornness per se, or you know, somebody saying that you can't do it. There's always more than one way to do something, and sometimes being stubborn or being persistent can lead to new ways to do things. Sometimes it takes you doing double work, but you know, like I said, a lot of people that are successful um, are successful because they remain persistent, and they've been persistent in spite of people telling them that they couldn't do it that way or this way or that way. And that's one thing I love about Savon, is that, you know, even when we were younger, And I'm like, yo, D, we can't do it this way. Like, yo, we're gonna do it this way, and it might have worked, it might not have worked, but we still were gonna go that way because he wasn't gonna negotiate that. He wanted to do it this way, So, so sometimes being stubborn, being persistent, has its benefits. Not saying that what you said didn't have its merits, but I've been completely opposite. I've been the person that was told not to go to college, that I could not go to college, and I have 2 degrees. I've been the person that was told that I couldn't open a karate school, and I have a karate school. So things that I've been told that I can't do, nobody defines me but me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. Exactly.
So, anybody out there, you heard a lot about being stubborn and all the accomplishments that it can get you. So, what are your thoughts about, this conversation? Like, put it out there in the chat. You heard from different side, you heard different side from all of us. So, what are your thoughts? Share it with us. And then if you're still out there, speak to us. Damien, I see you out there. Speak to us, guys. Speak to us. Let us know.
Yo, Ed, this bottle of Blue Royale's hitting, man.
So Marv got his bottle of Blue
Oh
Royale.
my goodness! It's hitting.
Say what?
That is the best.
Yo, Carl, you didn't get the invite, Carl.
I'm done, yo. Later.
Carl,
I gotta
you didn't get the
go.
invite? Yo, Carl.
Say what? Oh, now I'm taking it personal.
I think I'm gonna drink the bottle tonight.
Hey, Marv, stop rubbing it in, Marv.
It's delicious, Marv, isn't it?
Yo, it's so smooth. Yo, Carl, come through, man. 3 hours. I'll be here, man. Look, I still got 3/4 of the bottle left, man. Come through.
Mine was empty 3 days.
Nah, Carl's only 3 hours away from me, man. Come on. Look, right here.
Yo, Marv, how you get your bottle before me, Carl, and whoever?
Wait a minute. Who we talking about here?
Don't look at me.
What's my name?
I know I'm the middleman. But don't look at me.
Savant, who am I?
The guy who has the bottle that we don't.
Right, there you go. That's all we need to know. That's it.
Yo, Carl, that's messed up.
Listen, Carl, we love you.
I got mine a month ago.
Oh, rub it in.
Hey, Marvin.
It's all good. Enjoy.
Marvin, you inspired me, Marvin. You inspired me. I had to put the picture up.
Okay.
That's good. That's good, Marv. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Hey, Marv, you inspired me, bro. Hey, Marv, you're on mute. Go ahead.
Yo, I'm loving it. I got to figure out a way to get this down here in North Carolina, man, because this is smooth.
I've been
My
working.
wife loved it. My mother-in-law loved it, man.
Yeah, I've been working on it. Michigan being stubborn.
Like I said, this was a movement. This really is a movement right here.
Oh wow, so they're gonna be so happy to hear that. We're out getting a promo.
That is
let me see. Let me reach out to Slaughter.
Yo, you say you're gonna find a way to get more of them to North Carolina. So how did you get that one to North Carolina?
Hey, listen. I don't snitch. I don't snitch, man. I got the Harlem Connect. You know what I'm saying? I don't snitch, yo.
You can't go there. Savant can't go there.
Right. We can't tell our sources.
Can't tell. Hey, yeah. Can't tell who the plug is.
Right.
Listen, I don't snitch. I don't snitch. I don't snitch. So we good.
Marvin, you can't give the plug away, man. Cannot give the plug away.
I won't do that. Listen, Carl, we got you coming soon. Listen, I got the bottle here. Come through.
There won't be none left.
Oh, you heard my mother-in-law? She said there won't be none left.
Oh, Lord.
I told you to keep it accessible.
Wow. Blue Royale, taking over, man. That's beautiful.
It is delicious.
It ain't taking.
Everybody
It ain't taking.
that doesn't know too much about Blue Royale. It's
it ain't taking over.
one
It
of
ain't
our
taking
good
over my
friends.
cup.
Was that?
You said
Slaughter's
Blue
responding.
Oil is
Hold on.
taking over. I said it ain't taking over my cup right now.
That's
That's
all right.
the
It don't have
truth.
to take over your cup because I got some for you right here. Right here. To you, Savon. Here's to you.
He is
No,
rubbing it in.
no, I need my cup.
I got it right here. They go
Hey,
gonna
what
get
up, kid?
canned.
It's a nice bottle, Mark.
They
Show the bottle.
know the bottle, Mom. They know the bottle.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, no. Show the bottle.
Y'all
Show the
can roll it.
bottle. Show the bottle, man.
So Ed,
No, and Slaughter's about to come on.
Ooh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
what do you say about kids? What do you say about kids?
Oh, here's
Earlier.
Slaughter. Kids has to be accompanied by their adults.
Hey, Slaughter, you need a background. Slaughter, why I got a better background than you?
Mr. Blue. Mr.
Yo.
Blue.
What's
Yo.
going on, fellas?
Yo.
Special delivery.
I am a happy man right now. You don't know. Brother, thank you. This is smooth, man. This is good. This is good.
You're
Slaughter.
welcome, brother. Appreciate y'all.
Slaughter.
This is
Yo.
You have an excellent product, brother.
Carl did not get his.
What's up?
Carl did not get his.
What? The show's delivered.
Oh,
Hey,
man. Somebody else
Slaughter,
is
can't
enjoying
get the
that
plug away.
bottle.
Somebody got him.
That's why we're working hard and pushing and trying to get it here.
I know.
Slaughter, you
This is
cannot
the
give the
best
plug away.
choice.
Let's be quiet on that. Can't give the plug away.
Yo, listen. No, seriously, Slaughter. Yo, this is a smooth product, man.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
I've been watching and following for a while, and I love the design of the bottle. But yo, everything from head to toe, man. The product is impeccable.
Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate you.
Very nice.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
But I'm
real
upset
quick.
Carl don't have his. This shows me delivered.
All right, real quick, Slaughter. Real quick. You see how you don't see my picture?
Yeah.
I don't see my bottle.
Yo, man.
Wow.
I could only go off what the boss Ed sent me, man.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh. Oh.
Hey, Ed. What am I?
But-
Chopped liver?
But I guess you next.
Protect you, brother. I tried to protect you, brother. I tried to protect you.
Hey, Ed, what am I? Chopped liver? I know what Ed's trying to do. He's trying to get me to stop drinking.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. He's a mastermind. We thinking right now. He's thinking 10 steps ahead.
Hey, Slaughter.
ahead.
Slaughter, see the cup?
I see you. That's the blue life.
Yo, Slaughter, the one complaint I have is that my glass says Crown Royale on it, man. I gotta get a blue Royale. I gotta get a blue glass, man.
Yeah, those you gotta go through you gotta go through Rodney for that.
That's the only complaint I have, man. I'm sipping blue on in a crown glass, man.
It's still royal. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
That's the name of it?
All right, listen, guys. I'm gonna reel y'all back in for a second. Slaughter, you're on. I wanted to speak on the topic today. Today's topic is what are the benefits of having, the right people around you?
Well, the very first thing I'll tell you, if you got the right people around you, you're gonna stay focused. And once you're down, not everybody's gonna be down at the same time. I could be down today, and wifey comes in and she sees it in my face, and there's one thing she'll say to me, and I'm like, you know what, you're right, and give me that boost I need. So the right people around you makes your goals a lot easier, because things happen. Life happens. You could get down on yourself, and then throws a whole monkey wrench on your whole week. You just take that one good person with one good saying, and you're right back on track.
And what's your quote, Slaughter? Blue life? That's what gets everybody going?
Yeah, we gotta keep living the blue life, brother.
That's where I get everybody going, man.
Yeah, that is so true, man. That is so true. I mean, in my journey, and I'm nowhere near where I need to be in my journey, but throughout my travels, man, when I started my school and everything else, man, it was having a good support system, having people that believed in me, You know, having people that would be willing to invest in me, you know, that wanted to see, that believed in my abilities. And that's what kind of kept me going through, even through a lot of adversity. You know, when I was speaking, I didn't tell you guys about a lot of the stuff that I went through, you know, litigation, people trying to sue me, people trying to stop me from doing everything.
Wow.
'Cause there's always going to be roadblocks, you know, there's always roadblocks. And so, you know, it's important to have people that are supportive, that believe in you, that can be encouraging to you through those times of, you know, when things have seemed bleak and you just feel like you want to quit, you know. So what you said, Sloy, was very, 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 very true.
Right.
And I'm sure you probably went through a lot of that too with being in the liquor industry, man, because, you
Oh
know,
my
they're
God.
not trying to let the little guy grow.
Oh my God, man. We still fighting. We still fighting. There's still more obstacles they're putting in our way, but thank God, man, little by little, one step at a time.
Absolutely.
That's great, man. That's wonderful. And dude, your story, dude, I cannot wait for that book, man. You know, the Blue Royale journey, the story.
Oh, I'm working on that, man.
The documentary. Hey, we better not get any surprises like Jordan, man. Like, so that's what it was.
Yo, we thought he was a good guy the whole time.
The whole time. That is too funny.
Man.
Nah, you're a great guy.
I don't know how to be different. I don't know how to be different, man. Whatever you see is what you're gonna get.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm always gonna vouch for you,
I
man.
know from class.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey guys,
I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do a backdrop, but this is all I got right here.
Hey,
Yo, I don't know how to do one
this.
either. Rod's the nicest at that thing.
Hey, let's try to stay on track a little bit. We're trying to educate our audience out there, so let's try to stay on track with some education and stuff, man.
Yep.
Well, the thing is, it's about being positive. You know, the thing is, a lot of times I say these things, you know, like there's gonna be a book, a documentary, this and that, because I believe in everything. Everybody that knows me, from Carl, Marvin, we just met, I believe in you. From Ed, ever since we've been friends, and from Slaughter, we've been friends since junior high, and we always believe in each other, man. Like any dream that we have, anybody that knows me, Savant, I'm gonna push you, man. It doesn't matter. You say, hey, I want to become a astronaut. I don't care. Oh, go for it. Because you cannot tell somebody no, this and that. You know, so just like the Jordan story. That's why everybody loved the Jordan story, because he got cut. Who would have ever thought the kid that got cut, that almost looked like everybody thought like, oh, you know, whatever, will become the greatest basketball player ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or Mike Tyson's story, from where, you know, the kind of like neighborhood and the life that he came from to become the champion of the world. You know, and the funny thing is, I think the guy that started KFC, he became successful like at 50 years old. I forgot, was it KFC or McDonald's? One of them. It's never too late.
Nah, it's never too late in this game.
I think it was KFC. Colonel.
Yeah, it's KFC, right? Yeah, it's never too late, because we'd be like, oh, you're over 30, you're in your 40s. Oh, it's too late now. You're in your 50s. It's never too late.
Mm-mm.
People have this thing, you know, because, you know, they're not seeing that. Savant reminded us the other day, because a lot of times people want, they are seeing the Jay-Z and the Beyonce now. They want that success now, not realizing when Jay-Z was coming up, nobody's paying Jay-Z no mind. They're like, oh, Nas got him. You know, he was like, you know, Biggie was running the hip hop game. Nobody's paying no mind to Jay.
Funny thing, yo, Jay-Z was in like the videos back in the 80s with like Jazzo and stuff. And you see him like making Hawaiian Sophie, like before he became Jigga Man. So yeah, you know, there was a lot of that. It was a journey. It wasn't an overnight success. So
you're gonna have your doubters, and that's why, you know, having the right people around you to keep you motivated, because your doubter is always gonna be negative. And then you can have people that come around like Ed, Savant, Slaughter, Marvin, that come around, and Carl. Carl is one of my, you know, Carl always believed in me. Carl, for years, he's always believed in my dreams and goals. You know, you can start with one dream where that one doesn't work, and then you end up somewhere else. Like, whoa, that was never part of my dream, because you never gave up. Never gave up. So like, you know, that's, you know, we are saying on top of the, on the same subject. I'm always telling people, man, one day you're gonna have a book.
Yeah, that's a goal.
I've been telling
brother.
that for years. One day you're gonna have a book.
Yeah, that's a goal. That's a goal. I don't know if it's gonna be a life book, or is it gonna be an inspirational one. Either way, it's gonna happen.
Hey,
Thank you for always believing.
hey, Slaughter. Just to touch on you, you were, one of my favorite interviews, when you came on the show.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah, definitely, man. You had a lot of good information, about your, how you got started, about your business, and I believe that your outlook on, life is amazing, and before you even came on, I knew of you. Obviously, we went to school back in the days together, so I knew of you, but not the closeness that you and Rod have, and because I've been living in Florida for years now. I left New York years ago, so we haven't had that bond that you and Rod have.
Yeah.
And when he came on, when he told me you were coming on, and then when you came on, and after I listened to you speak, and even before that, but it confirmed it after you spoke, that, you know what, I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure Slaughter stuff get promoted right here. And it was before that we actually started promoting the people closest to us, as well as anyone else that we, get an opportunity to promote. The idea came because I'm like, yo, it hits home when you have successful people around you. You don't have to go searching for them. They're right there in your pocket, right there.
Right.
You don't gotta go nowhere. You could pick up the phone and dial them. There is so many of us that's close to each other, that's successful. And we don't have to reach for nobody else that's well known. We are well known.
Yo.
We're right here. And when
what
you
just said right there is powerful, because one of my mentors said that. He said it one way and you just simplified it. What he preaches to me is, if you look around, if you search deep within your phone, you're gonna run into a couple people that are super successful. But successful with you may be different to successful to somebody else. Success is different. Is who's looking at it. That's what success is. Anybody could be successful. It's just what vision you have. But his whole saying is, we all we need and we all we got. So looking through your people the closest to you, you'll find a lot of successful ones, and just make sure you keep in touch and keep them around, because it will rub off. If you want to be successful, let somebody else that's successful rub off on you. No matter what success is, financial success to you, yeah, you'll probably find somebody like that. If good family life is what's successful to you, you probably got a couple of those. It just depends on what success is to you.
Yep, definitely, man. And we haven't stopped pushing your stuff since that, man. We haven't stopped. Just because we're building a bond between all of us, and all of those, audience that we have out there that we play our Family Feud game with, or any kind of educational game that we've played with them, they are seeing Blue Royale. They are awesome, knowing who created that. They're knowing where it's going. So that's how you uplift each other, man. And that's why I wanted to come on tonight. And we're not playing our game, but we're coming on just to share our experience of, with each other, to let people know you could do the same thing. If you want to bring them to this platform and listen to us, or if you want to go and just talk to somebody and be positive with them, it only can help you to have them around. So, yeah, that's why I wanted to talk on this topic today, to where, we want to know how people feel about having the right people around them.
You're right. That's a perfect topic.
Yeah, it certainly helps, man, because just like a baby needs to be picked up, us as adults need to be picked up also. Need that pat on the back.
That circle that you keep around you is so essential, man. And like it's just funny, man, how it blows my mind to think of how we're from this small little town. Like it's like just a small suburb, right? Like we were the dregs of Rockland County. I mean, we weren't the pearl of Rockland County, right?
No,
But you
you
think
weren't.
about how much has come out of that little place, right? Where it's just filled with Caribbean people and Spanish people and so forth. So you look at this forum right here, and you see how much talent has come out of it, and it's just incredible, man. I mean, we're not Manhattan. We're not, not to say that we're something small, but we were a small town. We're a little town, and the amount of talent that I've seen that comes out of there. I mean, I look at you, Slaughter. I look at Fritz. I look at all these people, man, that are just doing things, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's incredible, man, just to see. We're all over now. We're spread out, but
We spread out.
But our roots are still there, and it shows. Like I was just joking, and I was telling my mother-in-law when I was talking about Blue Royale. I said, it's funny. It's like all of this stuff because she raved about all the people that were on my interview or whatever, like Ivante and everything. And I was like, yeah, guess what? We're all from S-hole countries, according to our president. You know what I'm saying? So the contributions that we've made to this country is immeasurable. Even now. And you just think about the circle, man. This is a small circle, and how much talent is just even on this Zoom.
This room right here, yeah.
Right. So.
I want to say one thing also. We are members of the African Caribbean Chamber of Commerce. And speaking of the success of islanders, people from the island, our president and CEO of the chamber is Errol Service. He started out he was born in Grenada. I mean, not in Grenada, but Jamaica. And he came to the city, and now he started with one McDonald's. At one point in time, he owned 50 McDonald's.
Wow.
Just sold them recently. I want to bring him on the panel. I told Savannah about him. He's always trying to do what he can for the island, for Jamaica, but he's pulling Americans together here in the city. So we'll know what's going on around, in the Caribbean and in Africa. So we have a great circle there, just like we're forming here. And I would like to bring him on this forum, not only to hear your story, but to hear everybody's story. The man is worth $800 million, and he pulled himself up by his bootstraps. And I think he would be able to get Blue Royale because I have been going to every distributor around here. And they're stubborn in Michigan, but I'm persistent, just like Rod said, persistence. Someone said it. And I'm very persistent in what I believe in. So next forum on a Wednesday night, I would like to invite him to listen to everybody's story and give you his story. It's just like, it's very similar to what we're doing now. It's what we do at the Chamber of Commerce. We talk about everything that everybody has to bring to the table, and we put it together and we work for the good of everybody.
That sounds awesome. You said his name is Service? His last name?
Google him, Errol Service.
How fitting is that?
Yes, you will see everything I've said to you. It's true, and then some I might have left out. But
oh man, he sounds like a very interesting individual. We definitely need to get this guy on.
Exactly. I would like to bring him on possibly next Wednesday.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Hey, Slaughter, it sounds like you wanna do the interview, man.
Man, I just want to pick that guy's brain.
I know that's right. He's got a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
He's bringing us and breaking that color barrier, because we all are one, and that's what he's teaching us. And he's teaching us how to work together and make something big.
Yeah, but like people say, all resources is an abundant amount. We just don't really know how to tap into them. And this right here is the key.
Exactly. So,
Hey, well, we're tapping into it now. because
Yep.
before Lou came on this platform, me and her spoke about these things. As she mentioned, she spoke to me about this before. So there's a lot that we can do for each other, and we have each other, and it's just a matter of doing what we can for each other. We let so much time pass by doing our own personal things when we're not thinking, you know what, let's not be so personal and incorporate the people that's around you in your daily life, because they
Mhm.
can help you to get ahead, you know. And as we
Right.
talked about, you know, the benefits of having people around you that can really help you. You know, we need to get away from what we're personally doing for ourselves, because every single day that I get up, I could easily say, you know what, Savon, God has given you another day that you're up. Go ahead and shine for yourself. But I do not shine for myself. Every single day, every single morning that I get up, I think of Ed, Rod. You know, Marvin is on there, but Marvin is not, you know, a business partner. And because the three of us are, you know, building this platform, and now it's becoming all of us, but it's the three of us that signed that contract. So I hold that dearly high, that the fact that we have a contract between the three of us, and every single day I get up and I say, you know what, I need to reach out to them to know what's the next move. And you know what the next move is between the three of us? Slaughter's Blue Royale. You guys, Frecon. Marvin with his dojo. All of it is going to come together. Lou with her business and her knowledge. Every single person matters to me. But the foundation that's going to put it together is Savon, Rod, and Ed. And I think about that every single day. And do you know that having a strong group of three young men who is laying out the foundation and making it strong, you can only build the other pieces into it, like the Marvin, the Slaughter, the Carl, and many more people, as well as the group chat. You'd be surprised. You piece it all together, but it starts with what? 3 people? We got to think of this every single day, how important we are to each other, and hold every one of us accountable. Look at Slaughter. You sent your liquor to Lou. She is now trying to connect with stores. You sent it to Claudine, who's my president of the other organization. She's out there pouring it in glasses for people.
Oh, we're marketing, baby.
Yeah. So, you know, just think about it, man. We're uplifting each other, and this is very, very serious. I mentioned to the guys, and I don't mind saying it live because it needs to be put out there, because we need to take it serious and hold it dear to our hearts and get things done. I always tell them, there's my reason for being stubborn, because if someone else is not doing what I'm doing, I'm not going to want to listen to you. Because I know if I need $1 million, right? Put it this way. If I need $1 million tomorrow, I bet you I get it. And I believe that. Because when you don't need something, you don't go after it. But I guarantee that if the pressure was put on me to get $1 million by tomorrow, I will go out of my way to get it. That's how much, if you want something, you'll get it done. So
you gotta want it like you want to breathe.
Yeah.
Is that Eric Thomas right there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say this and I'll be finished. I say this platform right here can be built up very strong by us, and we need to do it. And that means all of us, because everyone can benefit from what we're doing.
You're right.
It needs to build up.
Absolutely.
I see the vision on what you guys doing. Mind you, I don't even talk to you guys about that. I know about the foundation with you three guys, and I was like, oh wow, these guys got something real here. But as we started doing the Zoom calls and I started joining in, I'm like, these guys built something here that they're about to hit a home run with if they just keep keep stable with it. All they need is consistency, and it's out of here. Because I see the foundation of it, I see the feel behind it, and I know what it could be. I know exactly what it could be. And it's gonna come to a point where, you know how they used to say back in the days, if your business is not on the internet, you don't have a business. There's gonna be a point in this community where if you're not on a Zoom call with this foundation here, you might be out of business.
Yep.
It's a big
Yep.
We
yeah.
appreciate the positive thoughts, brother.
Yo, come on,
Exactly.
you got to put that in the universe, man.
And check this out, Slaughter. Don't you never ever should underestimate anything anybody start, especially when they believe. And I say that
Right.
because watch this, and I'm gonna speak it into existence. We will fund our own program. Bam. No ifs, hands, or buts. For those who don't believe, I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. We will fund our own program. This same program that you're on. We will fund
Perfect.
our own program because we
I
believe
believe
it.
it. I believe it.
There's
Carl,
music.
And
mute
who
your
is
mic,
that?
man.
We have interference. Who is that? Yeah, I wanted to continue what Savon was saying. And Ed said something that we do almost every day. Sometimes we call each other at 3 a.m. We're doing like a Zoom conference call, or we're like practicing what we're learning right now because we're learning about stocks, and then we're pushing each other to get better. And sometimes Ed, he has like 4 kids, and then his wife, and then and everyday life, and then he's getting up at 3 a.m. to talk to me and Savon about things we need to do for the day. 6 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. So these are the kind of sacrifices that we're doing. Well, I would say more, Ed and Savon, because they have families, so they have more responsibilities than me. I'll give them that much more respect. But for them to put that kind of effort into the business, our partnership, and into me, I want to tell them I love them and I appreciate them for that. Everybody on here, Marvin, I know we just met. Hey, you're part of the team. Carl, I always believed in you. You always believed in me. Carl called me years ago. Was like, hey, let's do this thing in Haiti. I'm like, what? So, we're always like talking business, because we all want financial freedom. Ever since I was a teenager, I was sitting in class. I'm like, why do I have to work for somebody the rest of my life? I was like, I'm not a cattle. I'm not any sheep. I swear to you, ever since I was a kid, anybody that knows me will back it up. That I've always been like that. I've always been a fighter. I was like 22, 23, running a $12 million business. Slaughter could attest to that. I used to be an inventory manager for Home Depot. I'm sitting in the room. I'm seeing my department made $60 million, and I'm like, hold up, I made you $60 million, but I'm only getting paid like 40 grand. Dude, I was 23, 24. That right there woke me up. I'm like, hold on. This is not a good number. It woke me up.
Rod was responsible for basically the profits of that Home Depot over there, making sure that everybody's in stock. He actually knew the products more than the department managers at the time. That was real for me. I'm like, yo, man, you don't belong here, bro.
Yeah, we're like, and then Slaughter got into it because we worked at the same store, and we're going to district meetings where, like, I'll never forget, I was like 23, 24 years old, and everybody's in their 30s and 40s, and I was the only Black person in the room, and I felt I was like, whoa, I was young. Everybody's in their 30s and 40s. They come to me for advice because what I did was I'm good with numbers, and I knew to focus on the certain items that were making like 800%. That was bringing in the profit for Home Depot because certain supervisors, they were like, oh, they're gonna focus on something that is only making like 20% because it costs like $200, but they're not realizing you're only making 20% on that. But then you have a product that costs like 2 cents that makes 800%, and that right there is helping your profit margin. And I was like 24, but then when I'm sitting there and I'm looking like how much I was making the store, and like Slaughter said, we're sitting there like like young men, like, hold up, you paying me 40 grand to make you 60 million? I was like, no.
And picking your brains.
It was a wake up call. It was a wake up call. I was like, nah. This is not. I don't like that number.
He said, I don't like that number.
So even though me and Slaughter were like we're You know, it's like we've been there. Just like someone said, he was a millionaire. Me and Slaughter we were dealing with $1 million, you know, company. We were like responsible, not dealing. We were responsible for millions of dollars a year. You know, working a certain, you know, for the departments that we ran. So that's why, you know, when he said he wanted to do the liquor, and I said I wanted to do this, and Quick on this and that, we always were like very supportive of each other. And Ed, he worked for a college, you know, and Savant's rubbed shoulders with millionaires. You kind of, when you rub shoulders with certain people and you are in part of a business, you got to look at yourself in the mirror, like, what am I doing? You know, what am I doing in my life? Anything is possible. So that's why, you know, we are back to the question, what does it mean to surround yourself with the right people? You know, because they're gonna, you know, you're gonna tell somebody you're junior, like, oh, that's impossible. You are liquor, you are a clothing brand, you are a foundation, you know, you are karate, Marvin, karate, you know.
I am the opposite of what you would think of when you think of karate. I am a 6'2", 250-pound plus black man. I'm not an Asian dude, nothing like, and you know, that just made me have to make sure that my product stands out, you know, because I don't want to be the black martial arts instructor. You know, I want people to see me for what I do and to see me as being good at what I do. And so that's made me had to step my game up. Even my presentation, you know, I love Slaughter's bottle. Presentation is everything, you know, and a lot of times when we have African-American businesses, presentation is not there. You know, we expect people to support without having done everything that we need to do in terms of, you know, making sure that the product is legit. So again, it's about having the people around you. You know, I'm not a no frills type of guy. I want to make sure that what I have is presentable. It's on par with what the Taekwondo people are doing or whatever. You know, while also setting myself apart. You know, so it's important.
But
you know, because
that was
you don't
nice.
see too many black people teaching karate.
No, you don't. You don't. I'll tell you this myself. When you said it, I still was like, wow, all right, that's what's up. When I first found out you was doing that the last time we had the call, I was like, oh shoot, all right, that's what's up, right? But it took me back because that's unexpected. But that's breaking the norm, and there's a winning formula in going against the grain. If you do it right,
Absolutely.
You're gonna win all the time. That's exactly what we did with my stuff. You don't hear me mixing tequila and rum together. It's going against the grain, but if you do it right, you're gonna win.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Having the right people around you to push you, you know, forward.
Yes, sir.
And not hearing that, okay, you can't do that, because I'm sure you've heard, Slaughter, no, you can't mix tequila and rum. You
Oh
can't
my
do that.
God.
Like, you know, so you not accepting that, you know, right? Like, so going back to when I first dialed in, being stubborn, right? You had, which I didn't want to say stubborn. I'd rather say persistent, right?
Mhm.
Because people are going to always close the doors for you. They're always going to close your doors. And I don't believe in opening doors. I just create openings. I will just bust that wall down and create an opening, because nobody's going to open the door for me. Nobody's going to, you know, they're always going to create a barrier. And
Yes.
for every obstacle that we overcome, there's always going to be 10 more. And so again, feeding back to what you were saying, Rod, it's important to have a good team behind you, because the battles that we endure are not for the weak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
no,
if you're going to be there at the end, you have to have a strong back, and you can't do it by yourself. You have to have a strong team that's going to be there to help you.
You can't, brother. Well said. Because here's two examples, right? When I started doing this liquor thing, I started with the cremas, and it was okay then because everybody knew how to do cremas. It was accepted. That was okay. But when I started, like, you know what, this cremas thing I'm selling a lot of it, but at the same time, it's small change. If I'm gonna do something, I want to do it right, and I want to be the best at it. So I started trying to figure out how to make it legal. Once I put it out in the universe that I want to own my own tequila rum, that's when all the no's started to come, because that's against the grain. You can't do that. You can't own your own liquor. Real liquor, you can't own that. Then you
and
black.
you don't fit the description. You don't
You
You
black.
don't fit the bill.
You black. You can't own a liquor company.
Not only are you
The next
black,
thing
you're
I heard,
black and Haitian.
that's the next thing I heard was that'll be the day where they let a black man own his own liquor. I'm like, all right, I could have stopped right there because I didn't start yet. That dream, if I let it happen, that dream was shot right then and there.
Right.
But there's a few people out there, namely these ladies right here. Once I put it out in the universe, and they're like, okay, baby, let's go, do it. That little fire right there, man, the right people around you. That little fire right there goes a long way, right? And then when you look in their face and you say you're gonna do something, and you take time away from them, and you go create that dream for real, all the time that you sacrifice, and then you feel like quitting, then you look back at them and like, yo, I just sacrificed all this time. Am I really gonna quit now? I might as well just keep
time
going.
Is lost, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You look at their face, man, and then I come home one day and hear my daughter say, "Daddy, how was your tasting today?" I'm like, "Oh my God, that's all I needed." Let me tell you all about it. Yeah, that's all I needed, man. You feel like, okay, I could do this for another 2-3 weeks. That's it, man. And on the flip side of it, though, on the flip side, I know we always want to support black entrepreneurs and everything like that. I'm always willing to give my dollar to the black man, so long as your product is on par, your presentation is on point, and your service is what it says it is. I'm gonna give you my money. But if you're missing anything, you can't continue to ask me to support you when you're not even going all out for yourself. I'm gonna tell you about it. I'm be like, yo, man, you're
to
doing
make
something.
Improvements, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's a few things you need to do, but I can't come up to your to your restaurant to support you, and I'm like, hey, can I get this? What do you want? I'm like, oh Jesus, I just came here to spend money with you. We don't have that today. Like, all right, what else do you recommend? I don't know. Look at the menu. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not even hungry today. You can't expect people to support you, and that's the attitude you have, man. You can't scream support black, but you're not giving them the service that they deserve. You gotta keep that in mind as well.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yep, that's true, man. Presentation matters, man. How you treat people matters.
Well, I think it's also being able to see bigger than what the vision is, right? Because I think that's been always a thing for me, is what I see is not what the average person sees. When I first moved into my first commercial studio, it was a church that I was sharing a space with, and I saw a school, I saw the potential, and certain people were like, no, I don't see it. Like this is not going to work, and you have to have that foresight. You have to be able to see the bigger picture. And a lot of times, like just like Slaughter's talking about that restaurant, if their goal was just to have the restaurant and not bigger than that, then there's no room for improvement, because once you've achieved that goal, then that's it.
Right.
There's no room to grow. However, if you have a vision that's bigger than that, that's where you start thinking about the details, right? And it's funny. My pastor said, I once said the devil's in the details, and my pastor was like, no, we don't need to say that. And when I researched it, the original version of it was the God is in the details.
Oh wow.
So yes, the God is in the details. When you have that bigger vision, you're able to pick up certain details, and you're able to make the improvements that are needed. So, I'm just saying that to say that a lot of times when our businesses fail, it's because of the lack of foresight and the lack of vision.
You're right, man. Because what you said was true. If your goal was just to open a restaurant, you're gonna do that, and that's where it stops. But if your goal was really bigger, right? If your why was really bigger, is I want to open the best restaurant on the East Coast of the United States, it's a different story. The goal is a lot bigger than just a restaurant.
Or the why could be, I just want to leave a legacy for my kids, right?
It's a lot bigger.
Right.
Now,
So
if your service is not up to par,
right?
If your service is not up to par, you're gonna fail.
The big thing.
The business fails. There's no legacy to leave behind. So you're right. Your why got to be bigger than just I want to do this. It has to be bigger. That's what it is.
Good
Okay,
stuff,
guys,
guys.
that was good.
Beautiful.
But I
Yeah.
could, me, I don't do that. You know, saying that your why, and people always say to me that Ed, you do a lot of things. You do too many things, and I always just say, okay, why is that a problem? You know, and it could be that I see a bigger thing. You know, because me doing a restaurant, me having a clothing business, me doing photography, me doing computers, me doing the stocks, me doing forex. It's the reason why, because I want to do it. I know I could do it. I put myself to doing something, you know, and I'm not scared to fail, you know. And one thing I got from Dell is that, you know, he was never scared to fail, you know, and he always was, as Marvin said, he's being persistent, you know. People never believed me when I said I learned the computers within a month. I got my real estate license within 2 weeks because I was being persistent, you know. I pushed at it, right? I learned graphic design on my own. I had a career before I finished college. So the thing is that I that why is to me is why not, you know. And as you're saying, well, people fail in their business. I think they fail because they stop, you know. And I don't think and you know that drive that I have is always going to be there. And I know sometimes, you know, you do too much, and you know you don't focus on one thing. And that's what I also, that other topic that we spoke about is having that people around you to tell you, you know, the benefits of having them around, and having Savannah tell me, it's like, okay, Ed, you need to really sit down and focus, right? And with him, that helped me take all those things that I could do and start focusing and harnessing on it, right? So and you know, and that's the thing, you know, about you know, just being as Marv said, being persistent and know what you want to do, and that's my why, you know, because I know what I want to do. I go at it. I you know, I mean, look, me and Rod, you know, started the Freckle, right? And we didn't know how to print, right? We didn't know anything, but we kept at it. We just kept at it until I started to be able to print. I know how to set up the machines. I know how to do the whole graphics, and you know, it's just, you just gotta have that drive, man. You just gotta keep going, man. And people, whoever's listening, is like, I know you want to accomplish something. Don't let nobody bring you down. You know, change who you have around you, and bring people who you don't want to have that yes person. Yes, yeah, that's good. No, you want to have a person who's going to tell you the truth. You know that what you're doing is wrong, and that could help you out. You know, and remember, I remember Slaughter from the beginning when he was drawing that bottle, right? And I know I told us to Slaughter, whenever you need something, just let me know, because I know I told you that from the beginning. You
Yep,
know,
very
and
true.
it came full circle now. You know, and I remember Dell when we started out Savant's Academy, and he wanted me to come down to Florida to help him out. And I know I couldn't come down there, and you know, and he used to tell me about, you know, he didn't like the support system, and he didn't like the people around him. And again, it came full circle now that we are all here together with you doing this. You know, now it's not just me now. Now you have Rod, you have Marvin, you have Carl, you have Slaughter, you know, you have Lou. So, you know, and
And you
that's
got
the power.
Psalms. Psalms is on here. Look, Psalms
And
is on
and
here.
sounds jumping in. And yeah,
What
so
up,
now
Sam?
now you see how strong it is to have the right people around you. And you know, and I'm gonna continue to bring people into here that are the right people as much as possible. Um, You know, because I know I have a connection to, 90% of you here, and and I still have more people, but time tells, and time to tell me when it's the right time. Because I don't rush. I take my time, and that's how it goes. Because look, even with Carl had reached out to me a while ago as well, and then I didn't get back to him, and not because I didn't want to get back to him, because I thought it wasn't the right time. So he reached out to me when I was in Cayman Islands, when I was doing a project out there. And so when he called me and he told me the things that he was doing, that was the right time. And now look at him, he's still here right now with us, and he's showing me other things that I need to learn and understand and move forward. So now that we're all here, and we're all here to help each other and progress and move forward. So what I have to say tonight is I thank you all, and it was a pleasure, and that we are on this journey together. And I wish everyone a great health and prosperity. So there you go.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Ed.
Ed.
Appreciate that, man.
And
You
I want, I
you
want,
the
I
real
wanted,
one.
I wanted to piggyback. I wanted to piggyback a little bit on what you were saying. It's important to have people that you can actually ask questions to, because it's one thing to have people around you, but a lot of times you'll find that people, especially me being here in North Carolina by myself, a lot of times people will keep stuff to themselves. They don't want to share. When sometimes you find that person that's willing to share, and that's what helps you to grow and develop. Like I used to pay to get my t-shirts done, and all of a sudden I was like, you know what, I need to go ahead and learn how to start doing my own t-shirts. I'm not the artistic type, but because I'm able to ask certain people questions and learn certain things, I'm getting into sublimation. I just did an order outside of the karate school where I just fulfilled the order of 30 memorial shirts for somebody, where I was able to do some stuff. So it's important to have people that you can ask questions that you can learn from, and I think, you wanting to do 50 million things is not a bad thing, because sometimes, those failures, or not necessarily failures, but those experiences will lead to something greater. So I just wanted to say that.
Mhm.
I
And
mean,
um, and
it's already
um,
leading to something greater. And
oh yeah, sorry about that, Marvin. Now I wanted to add to what Ed was saying. Yeah, we went through the battles of like not being so dependent on outside companies, and a lot of times, the impossible is possible because we knew nothing about printing. We spent weeks trying to figure out the machines, the printing out, and then we would like be up to like 3, 4 in the morning where we had to be at work like the next day printing shirts for Freecon because we believed in the dream. And the thing is about having the right people around you is keeping knowing who was there in the beginning, who believed in you, because we believed in each other and the battles that we went through. And then the funny thing is sort of coming on tonight, the battles we went through when we worked at the same, not only we went to school together, but the battles we went through growing up. We used to play street football, and then we ended up like working the same retail company. In the battles, we went through some battles and frustration. We used to have long conversations, on the clock while we getting paid. Like, yo, we need to bust a move, bro. We need to bust a move. That's why I'm so passionate about Blue Royale, because we talked about like doing our own things for years. I was never a designer. I'm not a graphic artist. And then anybody looking like me being part of Freecon, they'd be like, Rod, he's not. How did Rod come up with Freecon? Like, because I always had this fire in my belly, and it wanted to see people around me succeed. So whenever you see me pushing, Freecon, Blue Royale, or anything, the foundation, this and that, I have a fire in my belly. Sometimes I cannot explain, and I want to see people around me succeed, because I've been through a lot in my life that a lot of times I don't talk about. My mother been through stuff, and it stays with me, and it eats me up, where I got, I'm like, you know what, I got to make it. The people around me, we got to make it together. So that's why a lot of times, they be like, yo, Rod is like the hype man. It's like that fire I got in my belly. I'm like, yo, screw that. Yo, we got to make it, man. So.
Well, as I said before, we're going to fund our own thing. We're going to make it happen. I'm not into relying on anybody but ourselves. You know, if we end up getting assistance along the way, we welcome that. But as Marv said, you kick down doors or you create your own doors, man. You know, so we're gonna do that for ourselves, man. Look what our platform is doing. You know, Marvin been best friend for years. I haven't spoken to him in a long time. Now look, Marvin has been on here sharing his experience, sharing what he does. You know, so things like this bring us together, man. You know, so I definitely love this. You know, look, we got Psalms on here again. Psalms, welcome. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you guys, man. I finally got it together.
Yeah.
You see me?
Thanks for
Making
the
hand
support.
signals. Oh man.
Yeah, thank you
Instead of,
for being
yeah,
here, man. It's a
yeah, instead of
pleasure.
being instead of getting upset, I find a way how to work around getting upset and going through the obstacles to make it work. So
There you go.
Yep. And
And we
not
know
only that, Sons, you're doing that for a couple guys that you just recently met because you know what we're doing here is uplifting to all of us. You know, so as you said, instead of getting upset, you know, you stay the course and you know you want to get on and share your experience with us as well as us share our experience with you. You know, and that's all it takes, man, just coming together and fighting to build each other up and not tear each other down, especially with what's going on now, man. This virus is like, you know, extremely hard on a lot of people. You know, it stops a lot of our lives. You know, certain things we want to do can't really do it as norm. You know, so you know, hopefully we're able to get back to some normalcy. You know, in due time. But before that time comes, we have to continue to pick each other up and uplift each other. And when we're able to go back to the norm, you know, we just got to say, you know what? We're going to grab the bull by the horn and we're going to keep going with what we started during that downtime, you know? So, you know, I always say when a surfer, do not get in the water or get in the sea and just get on his surfboard and then catch the wave. When the wave comes up on him, he starts moving to catch the wave. So that's what we're doing right now. When this is all said and done, we'll be ready for, you know, when it get back to norm.
definitely, definitely understand.
yes, sir. Another great night.
Definitely well said and well put.
Hey, Sam, you have oh yeah, thank you for spreading the word. I think you gave somebody the word about us, and the person came on the other night. Was it your sister?
Yeah, that was my sister.
Oh yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Definitely. No, of course, man. I told you, however I can be a hand in definitely broadcasting and making this, you know, reach where it's supposed to reach worldwide, or, you know, just a short or a little round, but definitely where it can reach people. My sister, she's you know, she's in Florida, so I mean, she has a lot of friends and stuff like that. Because when I linked her, I was like, hey, you know, I've met some wonderful people, man, and they're doing a movement, and you know, I want you to be a part of it. And she was like, "It's gonna help you." I'm like, "It's gonna help all of us," you know. So she was like, I
That's
was like,
awesome.
"Yeah." So I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's gonna help all of us, man." So I was like, "Listen, what you can do for this movement is, you know, share this link with some of your friends and have them come on. You know, if you guys don't want to participate, you know, just keep on your YouTube and let it run, and you know, and that's what she did, because she was like, oh, I was like, so do you want to join the game? She was like, oh no, listen, I got something doing, but listen, I'm just going to keep it on. So I'm like, okay, well, thank you very much, I appreciate that. So I mean, you know,
That's
so I
big
just
in
Thank you,
itself.
Tom.
yeah, so I told her to just go ahead and spread the word. You know, she's
That's big
very
in itself.
popular and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Because even if she puts it on, and as she's doing something, somebody might say something that catches her attention, or that she was passionate about, and that little trigger might make her a full-time listener.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I have a couple more people to share the link with and give them some information on what Founding Players is about. You know, uh, building up and uplifting, and reaching your potential and finding that potential that's inside that you thought might have been dead, but definitely not been dead, but to definitely activate it, and put it to good use. So
Thank
uh,
you. You are
just
appreciated, brother.
definitely.
And to top it off, we can always let people know that Airbnb is right there in Ocherius.
Nice. That was a shameless plug, but I love it.
About the Airbnb, right? Do you know? I call I link my cousin in Orlando, right? And he was asking me, do I know about Airbnb? I was like, this is before, I was like, no. I'm like, no, I don't, I've heard about it, but I don't really know what it is. But then when I got back and I was talking to Annette, um, she was explaining. I was like, yo, cuz, boom. So I said, listen, man, whenever you want to take a vacation or anything like that, man, I got you. I got some people who can hook you up, man, and you just come on down here because not just him, my other cousins, they've been here before, but they haven't been in this area. So I mean, when they come, I'm definitely gonna link them to you guys, and so you guys can deal with them, and the movement still can and go on as well. My other two
Yes,
cousins
sir.
are basketball players. The other one fly around everywhere. Africa, China, Mexico. So he's on his way to going pro. His name is Kevin Foster. Went to George Mason College.
Okay.
Graduated from there, from George Mason College.
Nice.
His other brother, they're both are in California right now. They're living in California, but his other brother is a coach and deals with basketball. So but
Mhm.
as far as that goes, like I said, the other guy, my other cousin, he's flying around and going play everywhere, just playing. So I think he's going cross seas to come back to the NBA, like a lot of many players do in that
That's what they're doing
situation.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where it's at, man. So I definitely will let them know because I can't believe he was telling me about it. I'm like, man, I don't really know, man. I don't really know. But then again, when like I said, I sat down and I talked to Anna about, what it's about, and and then she was like, um, the other day, because she was telling me to watch the video with Sakima, and the commercial when he was presenting the house,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it's pretty good. So I was like, oh, okay, then so it's based okay then. So I'm like, that's wonderful. It's based off of that. So I'm like, listen, guys, when y'all ready to come down here, man. I got you guys. There's a nice place that I know. And I know some people, man,
Right by the water.
right by the water. Just look over, you look over and see. Yeah,
Yes, sir. And the
definitely.
view is beautiful.
Very beautiful,
Yes.
So yeah,
Thank you, Sam.
definitely.
Thank you.
I was actually, working out and I had to come to a stop because today's my lower body day, right? So I'll do 1,000 squat, 1,001, increase go 1,005. So today I was doing 60 reps.
How much?
60 reps and doing flights of stairs. Is from ground zero to up there is like 20 flights of stairs. So doing 60 reps and 60 reps with 20 flights of stairs. So just squat those. So I got 3 from 600 and I had to stop because there was a cramp and I was like, man, whoa. So I just stopped, ate some banana, got some water in my system, and was telling me go ahead and come on. I was like, oh man. So I just went to hurry up and did what I need to do, get some add-on and stuff, and just join you guys. And that's why it took it a little long. I would have been on earlier, to definitely give my input and stuff like that, and contribute and participate earlier.
Yeah, that's highly appreciated, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
My thing though, as far as what was being talked about, and my thing is fitness, man. Fitness, and definitely, like I said, I'm going to be taking the course to get the certificate. And my background, like I said, is wrestling, and that's one of my passion. The MMA, the kickboxing, and I want to definitely open something, open up a gym, or if it's a container, because I've seen it done before. Get a container, get some mats, put them on the ground, and set up shop, and you know, founding player can go right above there too as well. Definitely,
Yes, sir. Yes,
definitely.
sir.
That's very thoughtful, man. That's funny.
Hey, working together, man. Working together
Yeah,
to uplift each other.
that's it.
That's how you get it done. As we said, we're gonna fund ourselves,
Yes,
but we're not waiting for no one to fund us. If it's gonna happen, it's because we make it happen. So
definitely.
whatever you want to do and put our name on it, you put it on it because you believe in us. We
Of
believe in
course,
you. We work together
of
and
course,
we
man.
uplift each other. There is nothing, nobody can stop you from doing what you want to do. Period.
Mhm.
Period. God gave us all power. If they can create plane and fly planes, guess what we could do? There's a lot of
Boy,
things that seem impossible in this world, and it's not impossible. If you could perform magic, you can.
mhm.
If you could turn water into wine, you can.
That's
If
why
you
one of
could,
my
Yeah.
hashtags is beyond impossible. There is impossible, and what's beyond that, it's one of my hashtags I use all the time. Is Blue Royal, we are beyond impossible.
yep.
Wow. Nice.
Definitely.
We're on our way, fellas. We're definitely on our way. And we're definitely we're gravitating towards, the right people. Well, the right people gravitating towards us. So we're putting the right energy out there.
Yep, definitely, man. Make this thing happen, man. And check this out. We weren't even gonna come on tonight. This almost didn't happen. So equal that to almost not being a millionaire. But it's the truth. Like, think
Yeah,
about it. If it's
yeah.
you're one decision away from doing something and accomplishing it, you could either say, I'm not going to do it today, or you could say, I'm going to do it today.
Yeah, take the opportunity to let it pass by. You
Yep.
know, many
Definitely.
times, man, we put off what we can do today for tomorrow, and boy, you wish you would have done it.
Right.
Mhm.
You wish you'd
And
have done
look
it
how
today.
many nuggets we got today, man. Everybody was
It's
dropping jewels today.
tomorrow, man. Yeah. I mean, this is no coincidence. This is no coincidence. It's definitely, like you said, God has given us the power, and this wasn't going to happen, but it happened, and it's
Yep.
for a purpose and a greater cause and a greater reason for it happening.
Yep. And some of us might be tired,
Yeah.
but guess what? If you're not tired, you're not doing anything.
Ah, it's like in working out, no pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain, bro.
Yep.
It does get frustrating sometimes, but it's good I'm able to call my brothers anytime of the day, 24/7, man. 3, 6, 7 in the morning. We're calling each other. And Ed's wife be looking at it like, who's that calling you 3 in the morning? It's Rob.
It's Jake from State Farm.
Well, he sounds hideous.
He said it's Jake from State Farm.
Well, you can call somebody at 3 in the morning and they got their wife and kids in the house, man. That's when you know the love is real, man.
Yeah, man. Shows a lot of appreciation. Definitely.
If you only knew.
That's funny. Your wife say, hey, Ed, your wife gonna be like, give me the phone.
You're right. You know Ed got a curfew, right?
If you guys only knew how many times she would be right behind my back, looking at me, right in that corner, and I turn back around and don't say one word.
We be having 3 o'clock Zoom practice meetings, man, where we're like practicing what we're learning online, you know, with the online class that we're taking. We're like 3, 4 in the morning. I'm like, Ed, you want me to call you at 3 in the morning to practice to get better? He's like, yeah, 3 o'clock, we're gonna start practicing. I'm like, wow. So yeah, that is nuts.
Hey, we're all dedicated, man. Hey, one thing that I know for sure, when we have our Zoom meeting, and if it starts at 8, they're gonna be on there at 7:30 waiting for us. Let me tell you, just that one little thing right there motivates me and say, you know what? I know he gonna be right there. Just like today, we didn't even know what we're gonna do, if we were gonna come on, and we have the reasons why we didn't know. But then it was about 7. We were trying to come on at 8:30, and it was about 8. It was about 8:30. It was about 8:29, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, when are we gonna get ready? This dude's like, I'm ready now. I'm like,
born ready.
It's just like Rod was talking, man, talking about that fire. You know, he got the hunger. You know, we all do.
Dude, I'm hungry, man. I think everybody on here is hungry. Everybody that's on here, I know Lou probably, just left.
Of course.
Everybody on here, I know is hungry, man. Even Sam, we just met you. We could see the hunger in you, man. Thank you for promoting us.
There's greatness. It is greatness. Only greatness to be held. Only greatness to have and to hold it. You know. So, hey, like I said, I'm gonna do what I can do, and definitely go hard.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, there's this saying. I learned it from my ex-family. Do is basketball, because I play basketball. So they say, you know what? You should use this. Do what you can and can what you can't. If you get it, basketball terms. Do what you can and can what you can't. That means throw what you can't in away and do what you can.
Yes.
Hey, Sam, if you have an IG, let us know what it is so we can follow you. You can follow us back, and we'll keep on,
IG. I don't have an IG. I guess I need to download an IG.
Psalms, you need to get you an IG immediately, bro.
I'm appreciating how much you supported us, man. I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's just keep, motivating each other, through our social media,
Hey, sorry to cut in. I just got a joke just now. Sam said.
Oh boy. It's time for me to log off. He start telling jokes. It's time to log off.
Hey, Sam said, I don't need an IG. I am a G. He said, don't add no I to my name. Don't add no I to my name. I'm already a G.
How I knew that was coming.
Yo, Rod, can we put a joke minimum on these podcasts, man? Please. Yeah, we need a joke minimum, man.
Hey, Marvin,
one joke minimum.
Ed probably forgot to turn it on, but Ed has the crickets ready for him whenever he does.
Oh no, I have it.
Oh, there you go. I like it. I like it.
Hey, don't hate on my joke. Don't hate on my joke. It was actually a good one.
Boy. Ed, cue it up, Ed. Cue it up, Ed. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Savon.
We're gonna start treating you like the Apollo, Savon. You need to chill. We're gonna start treating you like the Apollo. Get that hook.
Hey.
We need to break the Sandman out.
Hey, I'm gonna start treating y'all like mute button.
You did not just go there, man.
Go ahead, Marvin. Just cricket.
Where the crickets?
Cricket.
Where the cricket at, Ed? Where the cricket at, Ed? All right, everybody. But
before we go, Rod, because I know Sam said he doesn't have you said you don't have IG, right?
No, I don't have one.
Right. So, and that's okay. It's always good to just start it, just have it there, and that gives you a positive thing that you pushing the habit. All right, you just start it. Even if you're not doing anything, just start it. Because the hardest thing to do is just to in any business is just to start. So just start. You know, put it out there, get it going, and eventually you start building up on it. Even if you didn't, you never had it before. You just gotta go and do it. You know, and to tell everybody here, also, as we got from Carl, you know, you should also create a Pinterest account and a LinkedIn account. Okay, so those are the other platforms that you should start concentrating on. So, Slaughter, if you could start making yourself a Pinterest account, because right now that platform is starting to get more popular for dealing with businesses. All right, so get on that and build up your LinkedIn account.
Cool. I'm on
Right.
you on that.
Same as you, Marv.
Talk about Carl. Yo, man.
Yeah, I'm on Pinterest and
I didn't hear.
We just had hold on. We had technical.
Oh, what's up, brother? I sent you that bottle. It shows delivery. I don't know, man. Mind you, and yours was delivered before Marv.
Slaughter. Stop
Slaughter.
giving away the plug, man. Stop.
Yo, Slaughter. I'm away, so I'll be home tomorrow. I'll make sure. I'll check. That's why I didn't say anything.
This guy, man.
Oh, the truth comes out. So the bottle is waiting for him.
Yo, you know what? He almost got me because I'm like, yo, man, my bad. I'm gonna send you 2 more. Yo.
You see, and he's trying to get.
Honestly, that's why I didn't
everybody.
say anything. I was like, you know what? Let me be quiet. Let me get home.
Slaughter, that one of that 2 supposed to be going to Savan. So,
yeah,
wait, hold up. I should have been the first one with a bottle.
Man,
yo.
Wow. You think because you missed the founding players, you supposed to be important? Come on now, man.
Listen.
The leader. Listen, captain. The way they say it, the captain's the last one off the ship, bro.
Savon, you know how you can get a bottle? I will send you the picture. You could use that as your background. Okay.
Wow.
Hey,
how about that?
Rod.
Wow.
You ain't gotta send me that. I already got that.
Okay, there you go. Background picture. Then you have your bottle.
All right, check this out. Hey, where your fiesta? So we can box you.
Oh, we gotta go there. You want to go there? You want to go there?
Yeah. Show your face. So I'm box.
Yo, you guys are different, man. You guys are different.
Yo, Slaughter, I gotta be in the middle, man.
I know, man.
I know, bro.
Slaughter, this is what we had to deal with all the time, bro. All the time.
My guy, yo. I'm gonna tell y'all everything right now. Anybody that has any questions, direct them to my public relations manager. That's Ed. So
yo, Slaughter, yo, real talk, man. Yo, you got a hell of a product, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Hey Marv, is that why your Zoom keep messing it up because it's drunk?
What?
Come on, man.
Hit that ad.
Come on, dude. Where the fuck is that, man?
Hit it, Ed.
You want to hit it?
Ed, hit it.
That's because it's funny.
Nah.
Ed, always have it on. Ed, always have it ready, man. You know he might come out of nowhere with his jokes. Always have it on hand.
Rod, why don't you stop hating?
That's not hate. That's love, man. I'm trying to help you.
No, you love to hate.
I'm trying to love you.
I'm trying to show you love.
Love hate.
I gotta be tough on you, man. That's tough love.
Nah, man, that's love to hate.
Tough love means trying to help the person, like give him a hint, like, dude, stop. That's tough love.
Wow.
Don't worry. I'm gonna hit you over the head with a Blue Royale.
Whoa, those bottles gonna break. Watch gonna go 9-9.
Whoa.
Hey, the bottles ain't gonna break. He gonna break.
Oh, Lord.
Slaughter, that bottle is unbreakable, man. For real talk, that bottle is unbreakable.
Yo, brother, man, we wanted to make sure you got something in your hand that's worth something, man.
Yo, it's it. It's it.
I wish
You
I had something in my hand that was worth something. I've been waiting.
If you won't wait for long. You won't wait for long.
Are you talking about are you talking about a bottle?
Hey,
Yeah.
check this out. You better send a case because as soon as I drink one, it's gonna be done in that same time.
No, you better not, man. You gonna have some cirrhosis of the liver. You do that.
Oh man. Well, we just had
right,
another
fellas.
wonderful show, man. And appreciate everybody that came
Appreciate
on.
it.
Everybody,
appreciate you
everybody.
guys.
Yo,
Hey.
man, I need sometimes, man, we need to unwind and connect with each other, lift each other up, man, because there's a lot of stupid things going out there, man. I need this kind of positive energy once a week at least. So thank you guys for making it happen and give me the outlet to unwind.
Yeah, no problem.
Slaughter, thank you in advance. I hit you up when I let you know I got it. I thank you in advance.
All
That's
right.
the first positive thing
you
Carl
on
has
the
said to
list,
Slaughter the past 2 weeks.
Carl, you on the list, man. First of all, like 2 weeks ago, you had a bottle that wasn't a Blue Royale bottle. You know what I'm saying? Then
Why
the
you
man
gotta bring?
sends
Why
you a
you gotta
bottle.
bring the past?
Then
Why you
the
gotta
man
bring
gonna
the
send you a
past up?
bottle, and then you're gonna front like you ain't even get one, man. You see what I'm saying? You on the list, bro. You cut off, man. You can't even get no
Oh
more.
man.
Why you gotta bring in the past? Stop living in the past. Focus in the future.
Yep.
I'm focused, man.
Oh man, you guys
cut
are
off.
retarded. I'm out of here, fellas.
All right.
All right.
Listen,
Back at it again next
before you
week.
go, before you
Yeah.
guys go, when we have the game nights, man, we want to invite you guys all onto our game night so we could, bring up some questions for the games. So we're
Man,
gonna our next one should be on Sunday.
Sunday
You know I
night,
don't play no games, man.
8 Eastern,
Serious.
8 p.m. And try to bring on, educational, fun questions. It doesn't have to be like, we're not trying to like be like all, just make it nice and fun. Historical questions, anything like to teach, financially, whatever, or sports history, whatever.
Yeah,
We're not trying to be like Family Feud. We're just trying to make it fun for everybody.
Perfect. And how long is it for on Sunday?
2 hours.
45 questions. Usually
Yeah,
last
45.
about an hour and a half.
Slaughter, this is a Caribbean affair, man. There ain't no time, man.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you.
Yeah, so
Nah,
don't be 2 hours late.
Oh, come on, man.
That was below the belt.
It's a Caribbean affair, man. You show up 2 hours late, man. The party still just got started.
Just on time, brother. 2 hours
Right,
late.
right.
Caribbean
and the
time,
minute you serve
Caribbean
food,
time.
That's
the
when
minute
the
you
food come
serve
out.
food, the party's over, yo.
You talking about Haitian time.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, Caribbean party time. The party don't start till 2 a.m.
You guys are
That's
retarded.
it.
Man. All right, fellas.
All right.
So we see
man.
y'all on Sunday, man. Appreciate y'all.
Slaughter, thank you again, man.
No, you're welcome. Easy.
All right, fellas. YouTube, thank you for joining us again.
And the kids are saying hi to you.
Hey, guys. Hey.
Hello.
Hello, you all.
Savon, Rod,
Oh, what's going on?
Sams. These are my babies.
All right. How you guys?
Hey,
Hello.
beautiful family, man. Beautiful family.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Man, another great night, fellas. Another great night.
All right. Guys, man. God bless. Always,
Yes.
Peace and blessings.
You see our one simple invite. It's
Good night.
One simple invite, man. It was a one simple invite. Who invited you, Sam? Who was it again?
It was Annette.
Annette, yeah. One simple invite. Look, look at some of the stuff we have, been able to cover and talk about. So
yeah. I mean, like I said, was that Marvin who came to offer was like he needs need this positive energy at least once a week.
Oh, Slaughter, yeah.
That's Slaughter.
Yeah, Florida. Like
yeah.
Florida said, man, because like you all said too, there's a lot of foolishness, and we have to definitely keep positive in time such as this. And this is a platform to keep a positive outlook, a strong mind, a focus, and especially be driven on what we need to get done as in with our goals and where we're trying to reach. Understand? So definitely.
Yeah.
So Sam, good luck with your endeavors. And you know, one day we'll meet in person one day, man. We'll all meet in person one day.
Definitely will, man.
Word up. And we'll toast to a Blue Royale, you know, to Blue Royale. With a bottle, we'll toast to like a glass of Blue Royale, man. We'll have fun, you know. And meet.
All right, fellas. Good night.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Definitely.
All right, Carl.
Good night, Carl.
Yeah, good night. Good night and God bless, man.
All right, Psalms.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, everyone. We're gonna get off now, man.
Psalms 23.
Sakafe.
What is it? Bless up, bless up.
Yeah, one of my best friend, man, his name is Jajik Varsiana.
Yeah.
He's Jamaican and Haitian, and you know, he you know, teach me a little something. You know, not a lot, but just a little something.
All right.
That's all you need.
Not be
Just
more
a
than
little
me.
bit.
Yeah, you know.
Come on.
So,
Come on,
Hey,
Ed, man.
hey, yo,
You
you know more than Savant, man. You good. You know more than Savant, so you good.
No,
Nah,
hey,
Savant
why
know
you
more
be
than
trying
Eddie,
to
yo.
throw blow? Why you be trying to throw blow?
Savant know more than Eddie, yo.
Yeah, Dell knows more than me.
That's it, man. All right, you guys, take it easy, man.
All right,
man.
man. God bless.
Hey, hey,
Inviting me again,
Kope.
for having me again. You know?
Kope.
Oh, this
Oh,
guy.
really, down.
Really?
Really, D.
And
Yo, Marvin, whenever Savant
yo.
whenever Savant say coupe, he sound like he's saying coupe, yo. That is so funny.
yeah.
Savant, you know what coupe means, right?
Savant is the only person I know that speak Creole with a Jamaican accent.
Oh man.
Well, whatever.
Speak Creole with a Jamaican accent, speak English with an American accent.
Whenever we meet up, I'm just gonna put you all through just a little you know, small little one of my workouts. You know that I normally do.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Hey, Psalms, did you say workout or walkout?
Yeah, workout.
It's gonna be a workout. It'll be a walkout on my part.
Exercise.
I'm gonna see.
Workout.
I'm gonna see what you're doing, and I'm gonna walk out.
I just did a video of me walking on my hands down these stairs. So
hey yo,
I can still do that. Marv, I think I can still do that.
So me ready.
All right, no problem.
I'm about to be 45 years old with 2 bad knees and a bad shoulder. No, thank you, sir.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing, man.
Psalms.
Yeah.
Document your exercises.
I'm doing that. I've been starting to do that. Little short videos. I did one already with showing muscle confusion pull-ups, what we usually do. You know, doing the reverse lock grip close and did 10. And after that, you know, did the stairs, ran up them and did some dips and showed the muscle group of, you know, what I'm working, the tricep.
Right.
All right, send us the videos.
Yeah. And also put the science behind it and what's the benefit of doing that exercise.
Okay, definitely.
Do we have Sam's contact? Does he have our contact?
Yeah, I got it.
Savant's closer. Yeah,
you see, Sam, just one invite, man. Look, yo, dude, we're already gonna be working together, man.
Definitely.
And the funny thing is, we're actually looking for people that do fitness to, you know, help promote health, and staying fit on our platform. So, hey, the universe invited you. Or was it just Annette? The universe made her invite you. So
definitely.
No, I made her invite her. I am the universe. I am the universe.
Marvin, you see that, right?
Wow. Ease up. Talking about you, the universe, bro. Ease up. Wow.
All right, man. You guys have a good one, man.
Yes, sir.
Take it easy, bro.
Same way. Enough blessings, man. Life and strength.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ed, we still alive?
Yes, sir.
All right. I didn't want to say too much.
All right, so everyone, thank you for being on tonight. Make sure you share, subscribe, you know, and hit that notification button so you know when we're on our live. So everyone, good night, peace, and love. Later.
And spread
And
positivity.
hair grease. Peace, love, and hair grease.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Bye.
for you,
Bye.
for you. And
I
Dark
ain't
and
got no
Lovely
hair.
too. Don't forget
Yeah.
Dark and Lovely. Marvin, he be using Dark and Lovely.
Man, I don't know what he be using over there, man.